When King Charles III ascended the throne in September 2022, the world watched as the longest-serving heir apparent in British history finally assumed his destiny. At 73, Charles took on a role steeped in tradition, expectation, and scrutiny. His reign promised continuity, yet it came with challenges unimaginable in earlier generations. The monarch is no longer merely a figurehead, they must embody the values of a changing society while preserving the institution's mystique. Charles's reign, from its inception, has been shaped by his personal convictions, health struggles, family dynamics, and a shifting global political landscape. It is a journey marked by triumphs and tribulations, as the king attempts to define his legacy amid growing calls for modernization and transparency. In 2024, whispers about King Charles's health grew louder. Rumors swirled in tabloids and royal circles alike, suggesting that the monarch was battling a serious illness. By mid-year, it was confirmed, Charles had been diagnosed with a form of cancer. While the palace maintained its usual stoic silence, insiders revealed the toll it was taking on the king. Despite his diagnosis, Charles continued his royal duties, embodying the motto that has long defined the monarchy: never complain, never explain. Public appearances showed a man visibly older and frailer, yet resolutely committed to his role. From state banquets to Commonwealth summits, the king remained at the forefront, even as speculation about his future grew. The British public has always had a complicated relationship with its monarchy. For many, Charles's perseverance in the face of illness became a source of national pride. His willingness to shoulder the weight of duty despite his condition mirrored the resilience of the monarchy itself, a centuries-old institution that has weathered wars, political upheavals, and societal transformations. However, not everyone viewed the situation with such reverence. Critics argued that the secrecy surrounding the king's health undermined public trust. As a constitutional monarch, Charles holds a unique position. He is both a public servant and a symbol of continuity. Some questioned whether the palace's reticence was a failure to adapt to modern expectations of transparency. One of King Charles's most ambitious projects has been his effort to modernize the monarchy. Unlike his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign was defined by quiet diplomacy and steadfast tradition, Charles has long been an outspoken advocate for causes such as environmental sustainability, architecture, and interfaith dialogue. Under his leadership, royal properties have become a focal point for change. Buckingham Palace, the iconic residence of the British monarch, is undergoing significant renovations to make it more accessible to the public. Charles envisions parts of the palace as cultural and educational spaces, where visitors can learn about the monarchy's history and its evolving role in society. At Balmoral, a beloved retreat for generations of royals, the king has introduced eco-friendly initiatives. These include rewilding programs and sustainable farming practices, aligning with his lifelong commitment to environmentalism. Critics, however, argue that such efforts are symbolic gestures rather than meaningful reforms, pointing to the monarchy's vast wealth and privilege. Charles has also sought to redefine the monarchy's role in a more diverse and globalized Britain. He has championed initiatives that promote interfaith understanding, hosting events that bring together leaders from various religious communities. This approach reflects his belief that the monarchy must represent all citizens, regardless of their background or beliefs. The British royal family is no stranger to drama, but in recent years, internal tensions have reached unprecedented levels. For King Charles, managing these relationships has been a delicate balancing act. The scandal surrounding Prince Andrew remains a significant challenge. Stripped of his public duties and military titles, Andrew has become a pariah within the royal fold. Charles has reportedly taken a firm stance, insisting that his brother play no active role in the monarchy's future. This decision, while necessary, has further strained family ties. Meanwhile, the ongoing estrangement of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle continues to cast a shadow over the royal family. Since their departure in 2020, the Sussexes have launched a series of media projects that have fueled public debates about the monarchy's relevance and transparency. Charles has made several attempts to mend the rift with his youngest son. Reports suggest private meetings and letters exchanged between the two. However, the relationship remains fraught, with Harry's recent memoir, Spare, reigniting old wounds. For the king, These familial challenges are more than personal, they are emblematic of the monarchy's broader struggle to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. The royal family has always been a microcosm of British society, reflecting its triumphs and tensions. Charles's ability to navigate these dynamics will undoubtedly shape his legacy. While Charles grapples with these challenges, the Prince and Princess of Wales have emerged as the monarchy's strongest assets. William and Catherine have embraced their roles with a sense of duty and modernity that resonates with the public. William, as the heir apparent, has taken on significant responsibilities, representing the monarchy at key events and championing causes such as mental health and environmental conservation. His pragmatic approach and steady demeanor have earned him widespread respect. Catherine, too, has become a global icon. Her initiatives in early childhood development, mental health, and women's empowerment have positioned her as a leader in her own right. Together, William and Catherine embody the monarchy's potential to adapt to contemporary values while preserving its traditions. Their popularity has been a source of stability for the royal family. Public appearances by the Waleses often draw large crowds, and their relatable, hands-on parenting style has endeared them to a new generation of royal watchers. As the head of the Commonwealth, King Charles faces one of his most complex challenges. The organization, comprising 54 member states, represents a shared history and a commitment to common values. Yet, in the 21st century, its relevance is increasingly questioned. Republican movements in countries such as Australia, Jamaica, and Canada have gained momentum. Leaders in these nations have openly discussed the possibility of severing ties with the monarchy, citing colonial legacies and a desire for full sovereignty. Charles has responded with diplomacy, emphasizing the monarchy's role as a unifying symbol rather than a governing authority. His speeches often highlight shared goals, such as climate action and economic development. However, the question of the monarchy's future within the Commonwealth remains an open debate. For many, the survival of the Commonwealth hinges on its ability to evolve. Charles's willingness to engage with these challenges will be crucial in determining whether the organization remains a relevant force in the modern world. As King Charles III approaches the third year of his reign, his legacy remains a work in progress. He is a monarch who embodies both the old and the new, navigating the complexities of a rapidly changing world while upholding centuries of tradition. His reign has been marked by resilience, innovation, and a commitment to addressing contemporary issues. Yet, it has also exposed the vulnerabilities of an institution that must constantly justify its relevance. For Charles, the ultimate challenge is not merely to preserve the monarchy but to redefine it for future generations. Whether he succeeds will depend on his ability to adapt to the times while maintaining the dignity and mystique that have long defined the British crown.